Fun day, Sunday, fun day, fun day. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God on a Sunday, fun day, fun day, the last Sunday of 2024. Whoop, 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 whoop. What's up, everyone? Happy Sunday. We are in the light. Did you leave the darkness? Did you face your darkness and Saturday and, break up with some people and shit? Probably not. Takes a lot. Well, at least you know what's being called of you. Do they want you to do the same thing next week? No, they'll call something else of you. They'll call your number next week. New stuff. Some stuff is than others. Some of it you're just, you're ready to do. Some of them you aren't. It's okay. Take time. I'm not pushing you. I mean, I am. I'm totally pushing you, but at the same time, there's too many of you new people for me to get on anybody's ass right now because I don't know where anybody is. What's up, new people? What's up? What's up? So, in order to keep up with me, which is nearly impossible, but there is some kind of a syllabus. There's actually, some kind of a sequency to, how I work. On a Sunday, by definition, we are in the sun, the creator. We're in our masculine energy, but it's also the day that God has created. So we typically are in the light, just by the definition. So I do light codes. I read messages from those of the light. I'm a light worker and I relay those messages. Typically on a Thursday, you'll get some light codes. Tuesday is Mars Day. Thursday is Jupiter. These are all days of expansion, growth, light, love and light, bitch. Oh God, I can't stand you love and lighters, dude. I saw, who was it? Mike. Sent him my video today. I forgot he popped up yesterday. I didn't talk to him. I sent him my video, and his whole video was something in his stories about being all grateful and shit. I'm just grateful. He's all love and light, and it gets on my nerves. But then again, my darkness gets on other people's nerves. It's just, I think you're a false light, bro. You're just too much. You know what I mean? And that goes back to Sangaru. Don't you fucking smile at me. I'm gonna make you feel your fucking childhood. Stop laughing at me, dude. Shit isn't funny. It's not funny. Quit trying to act like everything's funny. It is, but it's not. Anyway, so going back to it, so we do some church on Sunday all over the world, bro. You don't want my interpretation, and it will be given in a good time, but not right now. We don't need to. Let everybody else tell you how to live by that motherfucker. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to awaken the lost civilizations and the lost teachings that are just lost and bring them back into the teachings of Christ. That's how that is. So in front of you, we have Lumeria. That is a lost civilization that was similar to the Atlanteans, but it was on the other side. All right, it was in the Pacific. They're connected to Mount Shasta, which is actually going to come up in this book. I saw it. The next one is our Archangels. That is a book that goes through the entire stage. These are all of these. Every one of those, except for the Kabbalah. Each one of these, and most of all of my books, are a card by card, stage by stage healing process through the dark night of the soul. They're all labeled different. They're all called healing. It is what it is, bro. And you have so many guides that are walking you through it. So that's why it's important to see, with the Lumerians, how did the Lumerians walk? How did the Archangels make it? How did the Hindus do this? And that's because this has been done. It's your time to do it. And I'm showing you whether your ancestors are this, that, or the other, that all ancestors have made this journey. And now it's your turn to make the journey. The marathon continues, as I heard. Okay, so give me a second. Let me hit some weed, and we're going to get into this shit. I want to start at the bottom, though, the Palladian workbook. What are the Palladians? Aliens from the Palladian star system. They're actually in charge of the Galactic Federation of Light, which, again, are light workers, beings that work for the light, that are from other galaxies and other realities. What am I talking about? I'm dead ass. It's funny as fuck. I make jokes about it, but it's for real. It is an invisible it's an invisible fucking location right outside of our atmosphere. It's invisible to the human eyes, and they would do that on purpose because all you would do is set to destroy it, and all they're here to do is protect and watch over us. So yeah, it's literally right outside our atmosphere. Like, I don't even think you really break the atmosphere to go into that. It's a big old place. It's a round spot. It's a big old round, I guess, fucking space station and shit, and they all meet there. I've been pulled up there quite a few times. It's just a place. You're like, physically? Nah, they didn't beam my body up. And that goes back to yesterday's video in my community page. Doctor Strange, when she said she pushed his astral body out into the astral realms. That's how I leave. That's how I travel. But not just through the astrals. We have many bodies, and we work through the layers of all of our beings to, clear karma. So yeah, the Palladians, yeah, bro. Go back to the Egyptians, who again came before Christ. We knew of them. They worked with us. They've always worked with us. They stopped working with you, and that's not true. They're showing me they work with a lot of human beings at this point in time, secretly. I can see one man in particular on like some kind of farm or something. Montana. There's somebody in Montana that they work with, a man that works directly with them. That's it. Transformers, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah, bro. God created so much more. The evolution of what we become is because of those that are already evolved past us, and they come and bring us these evolutional, you know what I mean, tokens, if you will. So we're going to start with them. Why? Because I saw something on Facebook. January 25th is the convergence. That goes back to Thor, right? The planetary alignment. Are your chakras aligned? Are you going to align with this planetary alignment? I don't know. We left off on this page, on this book. It's called the Palladian Workbook. We left off on page 40. 40 water. Thank you. 4 is the frequency of the angels. All right, so we were talking about how an ongoing 25-year harmonic convergence with many activation dates for renewing your commitment to the spiritualization of Earth and her people. Okay, that's where we left off. And I started to point out when some of these dates are that are on a regular yearly calendar, but how they're set. So here's an author's note. Once in hypnosis session, I was taken to a place outside Earth's atmosphere. Pause. A hypnosis, meaning we're leaving your consciousness now. We're going to access the unconsciousness. We're going to access the soul. Okay? Where a higher collective consciousness of all Earth's people exist. In this place, I saw billions of smiling, loving faces without bodies, circling the planet from just outside the clear bubble surrounding Earth. I told you, it's not even outside. It's right out. It's like there. It's like touching. They're not outside of the Earth. This higher collective consciousness was exclusively made up of loving, sweet, intelligent, innocent light beings. All of us on Earth. These beautiful ones were observing and sending love and encouragement through the bubble to their counterparts on this planet's surface. They also watched from perspectives of facilitating the greater good for the whole. At the time, I was only allowed to observe. And that's it. That's what I do. I just watch. I watch how all the mechanisms are working. A good example of that is scroll back and it'll say returning to the light when I got put back in God's kingdom with all these damn light workers. As a whole, they were planning a large earthquake, and that's what we talked about, was the large earthquake and how it made to be. All right, now we're going to move forward here, and I'm going to jump over here. One volcanic eruption was prevented in Mount Shasta in 1991. In 1991 was where they saw Mother Mary here on Mother Cabrini's shrine. They saw her, and millions, I think it was like something like 30,000, I don't know, something, thousands and thousands of people came over here to have the witness, to be blessed by the Holy Spirit. Then they sent out someone from the Vatican, and we know it was a he, there's no females. They came and said that there was nothing over here, and then everybody forgot about it. You can't take away what happened. For example, earlier that year, I was given a clear vision and a message that Mount Shasta would erupt in November. Within a week of that prophetic experience, I ran into a local astrologer who told me he was predicting the volcanic eruption in November as well. He told me about this prediction was first knowing of my own. The same week, word came to me that the local Native American medicine woman had received identical information about the predicted event and timing. And that's it. If you're tapped in, they're speaking to everyone. Can you hear it? And it doesn't mean the Native American went through the Native American understandings. They saw it through their spirit guides. She saw it through her hypnosis. He saw it through his math. If you have the eyes to see, then we're all on the same page. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. In late August that year, I stood outside in the rain and watched the most amazing electrical storm I'd ever seen. Unusual wide bolts of extremely sharp and bright lightning poured from the mountain, dissipating, lighting up the atmosphere. There were several such storms over a 3-day period, which deep calming from the earth to Mount Shasta in particular could be felt by sensitive people. I was told that enough people had cleared and transmuted the buildup of emotional and lower astral negativity, and the hierarchies had intervened and assisted in dissipating the buildup charge in the mountain that would otherwise have been released as a volcanic eruption. As for myself and others who were consciously involved in the spiritual growth, meditation, and alignment with higher consciousness, were clearing the atmosphere on the surface of the earth. The Syrians shifted the plates to match the shift of the tectonic and subterranean plates that have been occurring. Okay, this is where I get scared. This is where I scare you. During the summer, I asked God if it's true. Does California break and fall off? Because that's what they say happens. They showed me the plates. And then after that, for a whole week, they confirmed it. Before that, they showed me the floods. They show us when it's about to be. And that's what it is. I was like, you're about to flood? Do you guys remember how bad America flooded this last year? All different places at all different times. As the wheel turned, they flooded. When the atmosphere were aligned, they built up the electrical charge was released through lightning. There was no longer need for the volcanic eruption. Okay, as a light worker, as a gatekeeper, that's what I can do. I am the light. So they send me to specific places to activate it. I'm nothing more than an antenna. I'm a, you know what I mean? You hook up the electricity. Meaning there's all these places that need a certain frequency, love and light. A person, in an energetic field to come in and activate it. That's how we do it. Little by little, a lot of us will become, activators where we can be set out and I can send them to special places. Just do a ritual here. All you have to do is dance. Let your love out. Go have some sex over there. That's literally what I got to do on the Mayans at the Mayan temple. I have to have sex on the top of the Mayan temple, and I have to give a blood sacrifice in order to activate that one. There's all different places where it's a specific, they prayed and they honored and they locked these things in a certain way, and only those that know the way can enter it. And that's it. You're like, sex, yeah, that's love, bro. You need the Kundalini rising to open that particular fucking gateway. Some of them we can just go smoke a joint and laugh about something. Some of them we can just go and talk about the ancients there. Some of them, they're keys and locks, and that's where they send me to a lot of places where I'm not even sure what I'm doing here, but I'm activating the land. I'm putting in a frequency into the land. It's planting seeds, and I'm opening doors where frequency can come out. That is what it looks like. So that's what they were talking about right there. And that's back to me. I have a 3-mile radius without projection. I've had that since I woke up, where I'm doing 3 miles of healing. Within 3 miles of me is all healing. They're all in my energetic field, and I'm keeping them bubbled, if you will. But I can project it further, or I can limit it and I can send it to a I can stand above it. It's all leaving the consciousness. I don't actually do, I do have to body to certain places because the actual light. It's just certain points. Conscious, he or she may be living in an area where massive earthquakes or floods kills everyone, yet he or she simply ascends to the next dimensional level vibrationally and experiences a spiritual evolution instead of death. This person may even exist or assist others who are ready to embrace the light in making the vibrational shift. In areas of large earthquakes, floods, fires, and other earth changes where fear, denial, hatred, greed, and anger have created dense, lower astral. And that's what it means to be a light worker and a spiritual healer. And this is what I attacked Infinity about yesterday. Your collective are not being put in places of fear, denial, hate, greed, and anger that have created dense lower astral, energy planes. Souls can be entrapped in these illusionary realities at death. And that's you guys. I come in to break you out of this. But you're talking about, saying you're a light worker means that you take your light into dark places and you work at it. You work to bring them light, love, compassion, understanding, resources, food, protection, belief, faith, the message. You are a lighthouse, bro. And she says that, Infinity says that in all her videos, saying that all of her collective are these people, but she doesn't do such works, and neither do her people. They are not priests or light workers or chosen ones or angels. None of them. They're a bunch of people fucking working with their imagination, thinking they're on a twin flame journey, trying to make sense of something that they're not part of. Sorry. Not today in the sun. However, the light bearers are always assist those who are willing to free themselves. We cannot force you. All I can do is tell you what you got to do. That's it. I told you yesterday. I told you all week. All I can do is tell you they want you to dump some people in fucking the past. No, she's crazy. She's crazy. I don't believe her. You don't believe that voice inside of you? That's God that you don't listen to, that I'm trying to get you to listen to? God hasn't been telling you this forever before I got to you? And now I'm crazy? You're crazy. You don't listen to yourself. You don't trust yourself. You don't listen to your heart. That some crazy girl, you know what I mean? The heart of the world has to come and tell you how it pumps. I get it. You're scared. That's cool. I can't force you. But I promise you, you're going to stay in hell until you fucking man up, woman up, and face this fear. It's just a feeling. You being scared is a feeling of the unknown. Once you do it, you will know. You're scared of what it will feel like. You will feel it when it happens, and then it's done, and you can move on with your fucking life. Or probably not, depending on how you handle it. But anyways, going back to it. Let's see. Beings who ascend instead of experience physical death at those times can elevate the entire blah, blah, blah. Those who form this service choose to do to enter this lifetime and transition. And that's where Pac is. That's where Nipsey is. That's where DMX is. They're right here, guiding, pushing, and guiding and helping. They're not going to come back in a physical form to be part of life. They don't need more life. They're here to help humanity during this time. Everybody is, from either here on the plane or outside the plane. There's nothing to be feared. Those who are genuinely committed to the light are living in it and will simply move to their next higher alternative. Others will be given choices every step of the way. They choose the progress spiritually through their experiences or remain in fear and illusion. It is vital that all judgment be suspended with regard to those whose bodies are killed in this earth's change. Some people will choose natural disasters as a way of leaving because their higher conscious realizes that their human self has gone too far into illusion to change in this lifetime. And that's Russ. That's all my twin flames. I know you, your real self. And that's the self that's talking and that I'm in love with, and I spend plenty of time with you. I spend more time with you than you spend. But you don't know you. You don't embody you. You're not true to you. So therefore, this person, Marshall, you're not Odin, bro. You haven't. All you want to be is Marshall Mathers, Eminem, a rapper. The longer you want to be this fucking useless, hated, feel sorry for myself, angry rapper, the longer you will stay in that hell and will not be the most powerful, you know what I mean? All Father. Be who you're supposed to be until you embody it. It's not in your bodies, and that's what, it's your true self. This isn't who you are. This is just your consciousness. This is your brain on drugs, bro. This is you telling yourself who the people want you to be. But the real you, I know the real you. And I'm here all the time trying to push you to be that guy. Walk in it. Don't be afraid. I love that guy. Everyone loves that guy. That guy is a ruler. That guy can change the world. That guy lives inside of you. Let him out. He's really in there. No, I'm not that guy. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what voices you're hearing. You're all powerful, but you choose not to be. You choose to be powerless to your circumstances and to this reality. And I'm not talking to anybody new. I'm talking to my 12 that have been through this for too long, dude, for too long. You watched me embody my true self. You watched me become myself. You watched me fight my fears. You watched me tell myself that I could do such things and cry through it and then become that self. When will you come yourself? Or you won't. And that's where I'm like, I guess I'll see you in the next lifetime. Wherever you will be. Because I'm infinite and I shall follow you to wherever you go. But you'll still have to learn this lesson and walk in that spirit. You will never be what you were until you walk in it. You will never be a god, Marshall, until you start serving God. Russ, you're never going to own the dark until you start owning your dark. And that's to the rest of you. It's like, I'm here to show you your way back to yourself. And it's through these dark things that you've put in front of yourself. Just get it out of your life. I'm too afraid. Of what? What, my man? What are you afraid of? God believes in you. I believe in you. You've seen this done. It's just a feeling that you can't overcome. You spent this whole life, all of my celebrities, and Bobby, and Tree. You spent your whole life trying to fit in. And I'm telling you, the only way you're going to be successful is to get out. And you can't. Lewis, you're so fucking powerful, Lewis, but you're nothing as a fucking loser driver. You cannot be any driving that shit-ass car. But then you're like, well, what will people think? They'll think so much more of you when you become like Denzel Washington and you're out here fucking spreading God's word and saving people's lives. Just trying to fucking drive to survive. Guys, all you new people, look to them. Look to your elders. Look to these people. And make a choice not to be them. Don't you dare be a fucking Paris Hilton at fucking 42 years old when you took away Christmas from your children and want to throw yourself on the internet for fucking attention. There's something wrong with you if that's what your fucking intentions are on a Christmas day. When you just want to be on Instagram and show everybody how wonderful your fucking life is. You want some attention that fucking bad. You want so badly to be part of this world that is dying. In the sense of it's going to kill you trying. You want to be successful. What does that look like to you, people? You want to drive that car? Then go get in one and get it out of your system, bro. If you can't go to a fucking lot and them give you permission to test drive it, then forget it, bro. Just fucking forget it. Forget it. And if you want it that bad, then make it real and go test drive it. And see if you really did want it that fucking bad, bitch. You want so bad to live in that neighborhood, right? Go find out how much the HOA fees are. Go find out how tall your grass is actually allowed to grow. Go find out how quick they're going to fucking ticket you for leaves on your grass. Go find out if you're allowed to change the color of your house if you live in that block. Go find out if there's a noise tolerance and a neighbor. I can see if there's fucking pedophiles that live in that neighborhood. You're going to have it all good when you get into that neighborhood. Have you even done your research? Are you even prepared for that neighborhood? Or it's just a fucking illusion that you want to be like them. You want to be like the Kardashians and shit. That is the most broken fucking family in America. Look at all these broken ass bitches with all these mixed kids and no baby daddies and nothing. A bunch of broken bitches and broken kids. Twisted sisters is what I heard. Oh, and then we got the father that went mother. Come on, guys. Oh, I love you. See, I'm grateful for you new people because you bring me back and realize there's a bunch of people who have no idea what we were talking about and I have to calm down. We're going to do this every week. I'm going to show you what they're trying to get you to get over. Get over it and we move forward. We got to keep moving we got to keep progressing, dude. You can't stay like this. You can't be unhappy forever. You're content with dying? This is it? This is what you came here for? This is what God made you for, is to suffer like this? To lack? To not be happy? To not have companions? To not have real love? To not have enough? It's not the truth, bro. It's not what he brought you here for. You're just keeping yourself there because you're afraid. There's nothing to be feared. Those who are generally committed, others will be given choices every bit of the way. They can choose to progress spiritually through their experience in fear and illusion. It is vital that all judgments suspend regarding their bodies. Others will exit Earth in a way in order to assist beings moving into during the death transition and set a pattern of ascension. As mentioned previously, yet others will choose this way of dying because they are ready to leave Earth and go to the next planet of their evolutionary choice, meaning there's better places to be. They still will die physically because their body genetics and cellular mutation are extreme to the are too extreme to be transmuted in the remaining time for transformational process on this planet. I make lots of videos of this, of the physical transmutation, and it hurts. It's unbelievable what it does to your body. Regardless of why a person's body dies, or, in the case of ascension, appears to die, the collective higher conscious has significant enough influence to see to it that there are no accidents. Those who leave the physical world are intended to leave. Those who remain on Earth will have the responsibility of assisting one and another, both in physical survival and in spiritual evolution. That's what we're here for, the end times. I'm here for 56 years. I'm getting them out. I want to believe I'm getting them all out. I don't know. I just believe that. I don't believe that any soldier should be left behind. You came here and got tainted. You weren't tainted till you got here. And it has done some damage to you, and we're trying to get you cleaned up so we can get you out of here. But you're trapped. You're trapped. Your soul is trapped to the karma you've placed on it from this life and others. So we just go through it, dude. Go through it. Let's see. By the year 2013, everyone who remains on Earth must understand the following 4 evolutionary principles. All right, everybody that's still here, say I. All right, this is you. Number 1, the human purpose on Earth is to evolve physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You're not supposed to stay here stagnant. You can't get comfortable. We are supposed to become physically evolved. Right? Meaning that we harness our energy and our physicality. I am one fucking strong ass bitch, bro. Emotionally strong, mentally strong, and spiritually strong. Number 2, every human being has a divine essence made of light and love, whose nature is goodness. You're here, you were made of the good. You've just put on some skin that's, you're playing a bad role. It's okay. It's okay. I'm seeing Judas. He wasn't a bad person. He just played a bad role. And we loved, and without his role, and that's me as Lilith. I wasn't bad. God made all this. Why did you do this? Why did you make me the bad guy? Because I'm the best bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Duh. There's no devil. Free will is an absolute universal. Number 3, free will is an absolute universal right. All of the universe has the right to say no or say yes. Impeccably calls on the self to surrender its free will to the divine will in faith and trust. We all have the free will, but all of us are called to surrender it to the divine will in faith and trust. Number 4. All of natural existence is sacred beyond serves or meets the needs of individual self. Oh God, Wolfman said that in one of his videos. I don't know whose it was. I was watching one of them. It wasn't the Sagittarius. Maybe it was the Aries. Maybe it was something. But he was talking about maybe your soulmate's a dog. And he was trying to kind of elaborate that. And it's like, no, every soul is here with a purpose. You don't understand it, but it doesn't mean you get to destroy it. You know what I mean? If I so choose, and I am the shapeshifter, that I just want to be a bird and fly far, far, far away from here, then I'm going to be a bird in the next life. That doesn't mean that when I come upon your come to check on you in the next life, that gives you a right to shoot me with your BB gun. Right? And that's just it. Every life is life. And every life has purpose. For if it wasn't, how could it be alive? God has given it life, and He's provided for it. He gives it shelter. He gives it food. He gives it love. He gives it light. Otherwise, our planet wouldn't be living. Everything on our planet has life and gives life, but also shall die. I tell my kid all that all the time. He likes, break branches off the trees. He's just a boy and shit. He likes to kick rocks and stuff like that. Like, be nice to Mother Earth. Don't be messing her up. She's pretty. Don't be hurting her. Don't be breaking her branches that aren't already fallen off. You know what I mean? And that's it. It's like, don't be hurting her. Leave her alone. That's a beautiful tree. They love to bring me flowers because they know I'm, oh God, I panicked last year when they did it. It was the first one. And we watched her grow. It was the first most beautiful fucking flower. And my daughter picked it and brought it. And then right after we had the goddess Hel, and it was actually called as a sacrament to her. But I was like, oh my God, you broke the flower. She had such a long life. Why didn't you wait till she died? She's only here for so long. She's here just for beauty. Flowers. It takes them a long time, and they're here just to look beautiful for you. That's all they do. They just look beautiful. I'm just going to be a beautiful flower in the next life. Just sit here and have people in awe. Or like fish. I'm just going to be a beautiful fish that eats the shit out of the fucking water. I'm just going to eat piss and shit out of the water for you people. Just, love life. Yeah. Let's see. That was number 4, all natural existence. At this time, every human alive is being presented with these 4 spiritual principles in subtle or direct ways. It is a planetary law that before the end of a major time cycle, such as one occurring at this time, every single person must be reminded of the 4 evolutionary principles that they are expected to embrace. Some people receive the messages through books, such as the one, Return of the Bird Tribes. The Celestine Prophecy. I had that one, but I didn't read it. The 5th Sacred Thing. Mutant Message Down Under. A New Cause, as well as others. Others will receive messages, Dances with Wolves, Little Buddha, Star Trek, 6? The Return to Earth, and the Emerald Forest. Titles provided by authors, not by Ra. Others will have death experiences and return to their physical bodies, changing and able to affect change in the loved ones' lives. Many people will have visitations from angels, ascending masters, or Mother Mary. Such visitations have already been reported often in this century. I told you, Mother Mary came, and many people have seen angels and you know what I mean? What you call is demons, fallen, everything. They come, and I tell you, fuckers. The message of evolutionary consciousness and sacredness will also be given subconsciously to all who see, wear, or hold certain objects such as crystals and gemstone jewelry. These are not only ways in which the planetary movement is imparted, the 4 spiritual truths take place. I'm going to stop there because it just keeps going. There's something about the KKK and all this other shit. It's on page 44. Your part in all of this is to live right. Learn about the practice impeccably, Pray to know the divine plan and your part in it, and heal and clear yourself on all levels as much as possible. On a collective level, there are 7 primary karmic patterns that need to be cleared or transcended at this time. Are we talking the 7 deadly sins? Are we talking the 7 stars? Are we talking, what are we talking here? You know what I mean? The that are currently being created in order to bring them into your awareness so that you can arrogance, addiction, prejudice, hatred, violence, victimhood, and shame. Did everyone get that? You're supposed to be transmuting your arrogance, your addictions to things, your prejudice against things, your hatred towards things, your violence towards things, your victimhood towards things, and your shame towards things. These 7 sources of pain, illusion, and separation are listed in the order they develop in this solar ring, beginning on Venus and expanding on Mars, Maldek, and finally Earth. How they have accumulated on Earth is so obvious that it seems pointless to elaborate very much. Whether the United States has an attitude of supremacy in the world or a New Age has an attitude of being superior or less aware. Non-spiritual people, the attitude is still called arrogance. Whether an alcoholic lies in the gutter in Los Angeles, or a person obsesses about his or her physical appearance or body, or his or her mate, this pattern is still called addiction. And how many of your videos, Wolfman said, how many different signs did you say they were obsessed? Obsessed, 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 obsessed. Worrying, stressing, checking, stalking. Why stalk when you, or why talk when you can stalk? And that's it, you know what I mean? And that's it, you're over, and that's it, you're trying to have control. You're trying to be in all control and see what's going on and be in the top of everything, and you're the creator and you're here to dominate. And you did say that in one of your videos, you fucking punk ass. Sorry, you were just really under my skin. Why? Because everybody's got to just get under the skin and trigger it so that we can fix it. But anyways, it's not you, it's someone else. Don't take it personal. It's just how it works. Let's see. This pattern is still called addiction. Whether the KKK burns crosses in black people's yards or spiritual person looks down on a redneck, it is still called prejudice. Ooh, and that's what I did to Mr. Plum. That was me. I did that. I called him fucking. Yep. I did. Whether capitalists hate communists or politically correct person hates the loggers and builders, the attitude is still called hatred. Whether the United States creates war in Vietnam or in Central America, or a parent spanks and degrades a child, the activity is still called violence. Whether Native Americans, Aborigines, or other indigenous people are killed and having their land destroyed by white people, or squirrels and deers are killed by unaware people driving too fast, the problem is still victimhood. Whether Germany bears the scars of Hitler or poor people feel unworthy because of their poverty, the feeling is still called shame. From the most obvious to the most subtle, each person individually must do his or her part to recognize and heal these patterns. That's what we do over here, people. We heal our shadows. All of it. Shame, blame, guilt, condemnation, how we hate people, how we view people, our wicked hearts. The variation of an individual's expression of these 7 main karmic issues are many. However, if you look closely enough, you can see that the source of every problem on Earth today is one or more of these 7 solar ring karmic patterns. That's it. You're on a karmic time loop. You can't get on a new timeline until you fit. And that's what I was bitching about and all screaming at these people yesterday. You don't have any of this because you haven't done any of this. These patterns are accompanied by that's not true. I'm seeing logic, I'm seeing martial logic, you know what I mean? That's it. I'm going to tell people, did you guys know he was biracial? No, he started wearing it. You know what I mean? And he had to wear that, you know what I mean? He had to wear that. He started telling people about his childhood. He started saying how his parents, how he was conceived. I'm not going to be ashamed of this anymore. These are the people, this is where I came from. He started, you start accepting, having love, compassion, and forgiveness, and breaking this karma off of you. These things that make you feel bad to be you. These patterns are accompanied by the absence of awareness of the 4 evolutionary principles, which must now be learned. Okay, I'm stopping there. That was harsh, and the sun just came out and started burning my back. So, yeah, I told you fuckers. The fucking shit is real. The planets and God and all of the angels and the beings that live on these planets and all of time and space that, all of it still exists. You have put yourself outside of its existence and put yourself in this idea that this is the only existence when you have so much proof of other existence. The point of the story is everything that exists is here for you in this time and space. Who's you? You, bro. Whoever's listening. Fucking everyone of humankind. Humans. All humans. I like that. So, I am Lilith reincarnated. I was the one that created the story that brought darkness upon mankind. So now I'm here at the end of time to walk you through the darkness to bring you back to the light. Who? All of mankind. Or those that will accept it. I don't give a shit. I mean, I really want to sit there, but I'm not going to, hold the door and everybody else die because you don't want to fucking come through the door. I'm seeing this whole, thing, hurry! They're going to close the doors! I don't know if that's even real. Let's talk about the Lumerians. Sometimes my imagination. Just your imagination once again. Running away with me. Alright, let's see. Lumerians. Again, they're out there, bro. Or in there. Hey, you should cover yourself up. You're very Katy Perry right there. Journey to Wholeness, number 33. Hut, hut. That's a really cool picture, dude. If you go back to my teachings, my Sunday teachings, and how she, this artist said they would just start the painting, and the picture would take form. And then after, they would sit there. Imagine sitting there after you created this picture, and it's staring at you, and it's telling you what it's, you know what I mean? It's talking to you. You've just created a picture of a person that you don't know, but you've seen in your head a million times, and now it's talking to you. Are they crazy? Or are they divine, bro? Are they literally divine? Did they create magic, or were they part of the magical creation and nothing more than the messenger of it? I see it. She looks me dead in my face. It's crazy. It's like, what? I'm listening. I'm very much listening. I'm not even staring at you, bro. On page 90. Self-acceptance, wholeness, unconditional love, soul fragments returning, accepting others as they are, staying energetically present, accepting all parts of self, healing eternal dis-ease. Traditional Japanese painters do not paint the eye of a deity before the rest of the body, as they say this is the element that brings life, or brings it to life. But for this image, I did just that. I know, her eyes were just staring at me the whole time. I did just that. It was one of the most profound painting experiences I've ever experienced. I created deep into the night, and no matter how hard I tried, I could not put my paintbrush down. See, I felt this as a whole experience. I was looking at it, and I could feel this story coming to life. Like, she literally started painting this, and imagine we were done, and it's just like it's looking at you, talking to you. Holy hell, right? That's how your music is. That's how my music would be. I'd sit there in the morning, and I'd subconsciously just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's in my videos. But I'd send the kids to school, and I'd sit there and I'd write music till 11 o'clock. By 10:50, bro, I had an itch, and I had to get up, and I had so much energy, and I was heading towards Red Rocks. But only for a couple hours. I'd sit there and I'd write. What would I write? A verse and a hook. And I'd come back after Red Rocks, after a shower, after everything, later on in the night, and I'd look at it, and I'd be like, whoa. Or sometimes I wouldn't even look at it that night. I'd see it the next day to finish it. And I'd see where it was, and it was easy just to pick up. And I was like, that's what I came up with? There was no need to change it. It was already a story. I just had to finish the story. And then I would write it, and it would be done. And then I'd move on to another, another hook. And then I'd show up in the studio, and I'd tell Raj, I don't know how this is going to sound. I just wrote it the other day. Let's see what it sounds like. Drop the beat. And they would just be like, really? And I'm like, really? They're like, really? And I'm like, really? And I just heard it, and I just wrote down exactly what I heard. It only took a couple of, and then it became tighter where I wasn't even thinking. I just would listen to the music, and I'd hear a story. I'd see visions. I would see, my own life, or basically my own life. I would see things happen, and I would just tell it in words of what I was happening. I'd write it down, and it would just come out as a perfect story. Anyways, for this image, I did just that. It was one of blah, blah, blah. At 3 a.m., I was coaxed away, and as I stepped back, I burst into tears, and I was deeply upset at the being that had come alive on my canvas, could be sensed in my art space, and felt as if it was within me. I know, dude, she was staring straight into me, bro. The canvas held a half-formed being, part woman and somewhat octopus. She was troubled, and the process she was in was quite disturbing to her. After doing a clearing, I was able to sleep. The next morning, my housemate inquired what had happened in the night as his pictures were falling off the walls. As I woke up on the painting... Excuse me. I'm moving too fast. I feel an energy over me. Hold on a second. Could it be the picture? I feel an energy over me, like within me, like it's moving through inside of me. And I can hear a faint ring in my ear. As I worked on the painting over the next week, it felt like this being was undergoing healing. She was brought to wholeness and became quite beautiful with evolved energy system and a sense of enlightenment and knowing about her. I have come to realize that this being is a hybrid. There are mixed reports about what caused these beings to be this way, but it seems there was a distinct sense of upset and dis-ease among them, and they had an intense longing to be whole again. Some say the Lumerian hybrids were experiments done by the Atlanteans as they pushed what was possible. Others say they were a result of vibratory similarities as the Lumerians became more physicalized causing them to mix with that of animals, depending on their vibration was. Most accounts associate the hybrid form with dis-ease and a sensory of being outcast. It is understood that hybrids start appearing towards the end of Lumerian epoch as they were densifying and the Atlantean mind-based intellect interfered with the ebb and flow of the Lumerian ways, though this is not what caused their demise. It's very interesting because, again, I just got pulled into it. I got pulled into the artwork real hard on this one. This card is about loving yourself and others from a sense of wholeness, exactly as you are right now. It is only from this space that healing can take place. We might find ourselves in relationships or scenarios when we can get great potential, where we can see great potential. We may have concepts of others that are not really who they are due to subconscious projections or ideals. I mean, guilty. I had to stop there. That's how it was with the twin flames. I think about this now so hard. It's like, why did I think? Oh God, that's that moment. I hate those moments. Oh, that's the ego death. As soon as it comes over you, there's these rush of negative feelings. I must tell you that. That's why I stopped right there, because as soon as I say this, my body fills with negative feelings. Why did I think that? Why did I believe that? Is the most common thing that you'll ask yourself during the awakening. And it takes so much compassion and understanding and talking it through, which I've done. I mean, if there was therapy hours for how many times I've said that to Marshall and how many hours it took me to walk through all the different times I've said it, bro, he'd be a billionaire. Every Saturday morning for I can't remember how long, I would come to him and say, why did I think that? Why? And I would have to talk my way with him through this of how did I come to that conclusion? What the fuck was I thinking? Why was I living that way? Why was I living in my mind that way where I saw this person, this scenario, this way? I'm seeing the Lewis one. Why is Lewis popping up so much? That one was so hard for me. I went so sour. I was so sour. Oh, God. All you can do is grab your face in shame. And this is the healing. And then you can understand why you thought it, but you're just so like, oh, wow, what the fuck was I thinking, bro? Like, what's the Lewis one? Oh, God, I don't know. Lewis came out in a cameo on Camila Cabello's fucking video or song, and I lost my fucking mind. Literally, I was like, what the fuck? What? It blew my mind to where it blew me, like literally like a shotgun in my mouth. It blew my head off. I was like, I can never look at you the same. I can never look at you the same. The fuck? It happened with Marshall too, though. I was like, hold on a second. You are not even that creative. You're just ripping. Chicka. Yeah, I'm gonna check yourself before you wreck yourself, motherfucker. And that was another one. I've had so many of them where it's like, I thought you was something, and then I look at you, I'm like, oh shit, you ain't shit. Oh shit, what the fuck was I thinking? That's what that kind of means. That's what that means. And again, every time I say it, I gotta just hold my head and close my eyes. It's like, oh shit. That's the hardest thing about the awakening, is waking up and you're like, the fuck was I thinking? It hurts. It literally hurts so bad, and it hurts your ego. These moments happen where you get a higher perception and you see it differently. You're like, oh shit. How am I oh God, why didn't I see this before? What the fuck did I say? Oh God. Oh God. Oh yeah. I just had to take a break for that. That is the hardest part about the awakening, is trying to see it differently and then trying to understand why you saw it the other way. Some of it isn't just you. You know, I'm seeing God. God, why did you let me believe that bullshit? Because you had to believe in something. It's like meat on a stick, bro. They gotta keep you, they keep redirecting you. They'll keep you, you're on the right direction. Anyways, we could have ideas that we feel better about ourselves when we achieve a goal or status, that success will somehow make everything better, Lewis. Unfortunately, this takes us out of the present and makes our love somewhat conditional. To be a healer, transcend the perspective that the being in front of you needs to be fixed. That is so twin flamey. Let it burn, let it burn. That's it. You're like, that's the unconditional love. It's like, I can't love you the way you are. I could never. I would never. Shit. Don't ever say that. Never say never. Yeah, Justin Bieber. Fuck. There's one we need to help. He doesn't need help. He needs a second helping. Just kidding. That's not funny. That was very insensitive. In the twin flame journey, you're like, I could never, I would never, I can't deal with you. I mean, there's a lot of, maybe you too. And that's not true. That's too good, or that, you couldn't be part of something like this. That's what I told Bobby. I was like, I thought I could never do this, but I'm doing it. I'm literally doing it. Look at me. I'm doing it. It's like, I said I couldn't, you know what I mean? I couldn't love Russ the way he is. I love him fine. I just can't. I can. That's what you say, is I can't deal with you. That's not true. I deal with you all the time, bro. Like, every day. Like, for fucking too long now. Like, I'll have to deal with you for every day going on. Like, it's not even a thing. But you're like, you're waiting for them to heal. The twin flame journey is, I'm going to fix myself. Somehow you're going to fix yourself and we're going to come together. But then I came to the realization, I don't know how long it's going to take me to fix me. I don't even know what's wrong with you. We're just going to commit to working on this and we can work this out? Or what? Because I'm just going to keep doing this. This is what I do. Have you paid attention? We do this like all the time. Are you doing this with me? Some of them do and some of them don't, and they're just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. But that's it. It's like, in the beginning you have this perception that there's a completion line. Like it's going to end. Like, I swore I could get this done. Like, I could heal all my trauma. What the fuck was I thinking? I don't know, because I really didn't know what I was doing, and I just believed that it could be done, and it's going to be done, and so shall it be. And bitch, we're doing it. We're doing it, and doing it, and doing it, and damn it, dude. The marathon continues. For 56 years? How long are we doing it? Forever? I guess. We might as well just accept that this is what we do. And if something new comes, that's cool too, but just accept that this is what it do. We're doing this. This is what we're doing. We're healing. Like, all the time? Like, I guess so. Like, all the time? 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 Okay, fine. Who wants to heal with me? I mean, I'm not waiting for you to heal. That's it. It's... That's right. I can't even... So you're looking at this twin flame like, oh, God, I could never fucking fuck with you the way you are. You're such a fucking mess right now. Like, fuck, I love you. I started laughing because as much as I would like to say that about my twin flames, that's how they are. They're like, you're such a mess. I don't know how to deal with you. You're so complicated. You're so... I know. I feel the same way, bro. I fucking feel it. I don't even know what you eat for breakfast. I don't eat breakfast, just so you know. But what do you eat? I'll feed you. Oh, no, y'all. Healing, it's just like, that's all we're gonna do forever, I guess, bro. That's what we're here to do. We're good at it, right? Get good at it. But you say that you can't deal with this person, and that's your judgment towards them. Like, if they don't act right, then you don't want to fucking deal with them. But if it was your child or someone you know, that's where unconditional love is, and you have to learn to have it for everyone, because they're not yours. And I'd be like, God, get your children, but they're his children. They're somebody's children that you're misbehaving with. I know you look at them and think that they're older than you and they're wiser than you and they know some shit. That's a God's child that don't know shit, bro. Give them a minute. Watch. Bring them around me. They're gonna act up. They're gonna act up. We're gonna have to give them candies and a nap fucking with me. I'm gonna take on a car ride and turn the music up real loud. Just don't be blowing the smoke all in their face. Come here, Kevin Hart. I'm about to strap you to my car seat. On the fucking hood of my car. Just kidding. Visual. Oh, man. With the twin flame journey, that's what it is. You're like, oh, I could never love you. And then you start to realize, like, you want to run away from them because you can't deal with this. I can't deal with the feelings that you cause. You're just too much, you cause too much chaos and fucking, you're toxic and all this shit. But it doesn't matter. You're still drawn to them. You're drawn to them like a fucking moth to a flame. You keep forgiving them, and you're like, how many times do I gotta forgive them? Don't ask them because it's infinite. It's infinite forgiveness because you're looking for understanding. And once you have understanding, it's also infinite forgiveness. But realistically, why can't you forgive some people for being an idiot? They're really just idiots. Where's the line? That's what I always say. Where's the line with you? Where's the line that I don't cross with you? I know you got boundaries, but where's the line where you're gonna fucking, you know what I mean? That I don't get your love no more. What is it that I can do to you or say to you that's gonna make you cut me off of love? Because I want to teach you something about God. Now, that's the one solitude thing that we gotta talk about. There's absolutely nothing you can do in this life or any other that is gonna make God love you or favor you more. But in the same token, there is fucking nothing you're going to do in this life or in any others that's going to make him love you any less or favor you less. He sees each and every single one of you as his only, because only you have that certain sliver. Which, I'm getting a really gross visual, but it's sperm. Each of my sperm is my children. And each of those sperm are going to create a different child. But they're all my children. Okay, so when these guys come with, a bunch of sperm, only one of them get to create. But we don't know which one it will be. And if it was another one, it would be another version of this guy. Right? So each of us a seed, again, a star seed, one of God's seeds. Just as fucking important because each of us are a part of him. And that goes back to my children. I have 4 children. They all came from me. My egg. That means they're all of me. But they each show a different part of me. They're not all of me. They each only show a different part. My son, okay, Amelia and Aaron are similar. You know what I mean? That's the oldest. Both of my oldest are similar. And they're like, they're bullyish kind of ways. And both of my, you know what I mean? The seconds are submissive. Mary Jane and CJ are submissive. The youngers are submissive. You know what I mean? They're, there's a boy and a girl in each of them and stuff. They're all me, but they only show parts of me. All of us are parts of God, and he cares about all of his children. If we're in a car and I've got all 4 of my kids, I'm not going to sacrifice one for all of them. All together, we must, you know what I mean? All for one and one for all. If we're going to die, we're all going to die. I'm not going to sacrifice, we're not eating the little guy. Yeah. Sorry, funny reference, but to take the edge off, you're so important to him. You're his child, and I'll be ready to slap the shit out of some of your faces, bro. And he was like, not my kid, not in my house. I'm like, just this one? Just this one? I love him more than you. I'm gonna slap the shit out of this one. Man, oh man, I promise. And that's where I'd be laughing at you fucking Christians. You're like, only we're going. Where are you going? You're going to fucking go pray upon that book. God is watching you. Stop that. In the sense, I promise you, dude, every single one, bro. You can see them. You can look at them and see that's God's child, dude. You can see the glimmer in their eyes. You can see their spirit. You can see their ancestors. You can see that they're protected. You can see that someone loves them, bro. That's someone's baby. God's baby, bro. Not yours. They're going to die. And they're going back home with daddy. You know what I mean? And he's going to give them whatever they want. Whatever you like. Your parents can't really do that. And they shouldn't anyways. All right. Anyways, we find ourselves in relationship scenarios that we see have great potentials. We have the concepts of others that are not really who they are due to subconscious projection or ideals. We could have come to the idea that we feel better about ourselves when we achieve goals or statuses. To be a healer, transcend the perspective that being in front of you needs to be fixed. Hold the vision that they are perfect as they are. From this place, they can heal themselves through the transformative power of acceptance. And I tell that finally, when I started accepting myself, I started asking the guys, what about you? Are you good enough? I feel like I'm good enough to try now. I feel like I'm good enough to be a wife now. I'm good enough to try at this, really try. Is anybody else good enough? How do you feel? Do you feel good enough? No, that took a long time. Acknowledge the full spectrum of the picture and bring any fractured parts back to the present moment. In this place, we are whole, and thus have the power to step into the brightest version of ourselves. When I saw that, I saw the twin flames. They believe that they're not whole, that this person is part of them, and that without them, they're not, you know, that's their other half. That's my other half. It's just your fucking, that's just your fucking past life lover, bro. That's your past life partner. But a half, a yin to my yang? What would that mean? It means that you have to balance your divine masculine, the skin you wear, like I do. And you have to walk in your feelings like I do. That's all that means. And like attracts like. It's really simplistic. It's like we don't have to be of the same status. We have to be of the same frequency, the same heart. We come from the same heart space. And that's where, you know what I mean, Marshall and I have all these outside synchronicities, but the truth is our synchronicity is our heart. We have the same heart and heart. But we're very much individual people. He's lived a whole life, whole all on his own, a broken hole on his own. I've been broken whole all on my own. I didn't lack him as a part of me. Us being together makes us feel whole in our brokenness, and you know what I mean, and in our lives, because you know, now we know that, you know what I mean. You ever seen the donkeys? You ever seen a donkey in Tijuana that they dress it up as a fucking zebra? They paint them as zebras with black and white stripes. It's one of those. It's like, oh, I get it. You're exactly like me. We were created of the same fabric in time and space. I get it. Okay, cool. It doesn't mean that, you know what I mean? And that's what it goes to, is each of them are a different fabric of time and space that I share. But more or less, you know, this time and space. Why? Look at our frequencies. Do you know what I mean? But as I travel through lower frequencies, then who am I, you know what I mean? Through different frequencies, who am I linked with? That's how it goes. And that's because we're going through different timelines here in this timeline. That's just what that means. But for the rest of you, you're on the same steady pattern with the same steady karmic timeline. Or partner, I should say, in that. Her eyes, and she kind of did a prayer about it for all in my face, bro. She was all in my face. That was kind of a creepy card. I don't really have cards. Actually, no, there was this one guy. Fuck, what's his name? He's in the Hindu cards. He's the goddess of something, or the god of hell or something. He scared the shit out of me. I was like, I don't know who that guy is. He's scaring the shit out of me. I don't like that guy. I don't like that card. It's giving me creepy vibes. There was a lot of history behind that guy. All right, so we did Queen Hosey last time, our Archangel, for balance. Today we have, Rad Riel. Oh, dude, this is perfect. This is perfect. Because this is about telling your story, writing it down, using your creative things. And that's it. They have this thing called, I was going to do it for Pac the day I got fucking, I'll never forget that. The day I got evicted. I was going to do auto writing, right? It's a mediumship where you just channel through your writing. My music anyway, so I don't know where it was coming from. Me, him, them, they, those. I don't know. I was still crazy back then. Couldn't possibly tell you what was going on back then. Trying to figure that out still. Which then, I don't know, 39 years. We just dig in the fucking bag of fucked up memories and pull some shit out. We'll figure it out. Stick with me for the next episode. Anyways, the day I got evicted, I'm going to go get a pad, a specific pad. I'm being guided to go get a writing pad so that I can write for him. I'm going to write fucking rap me for him, right? And I'm going there, and then I get sidetracked, and I get a call from a guy at the spiritual store, and he's like, I've got something for you. I need you to come down here. And I get down there, and it's actually my crow, my raven, my Morgan, which is my black obsidian that I carry. And I go and I grab it that very day. Then I'm going back to go get this tablet. I'm about to pull into the freaking thrift store because I know it's an old tablet. I can see it, and it's at the thrift store. And I get the call that the police are at my house and that they're taking my dog and my kids, and they're going to hold them, and they're going to remove all my shit. I'm like, God, Becky. It was the saddest day. But anyways, there's these things that happen where you channel for the divine. Some people use tarot cards. Some people use music, art, food. You don't know. Oh shit, I'm seeing Mr. Plums. It was Easter at Mr. Plums a couple years ago, and his parents, his mom or somebody, both of them were in the kitchen with me teaching me how to cook. It was just intuitive nudges of me knowing how to put stuff together that I've never done before. I ended up making steak, which I never would do. Traditionally, we don't do that. And I made these amazing steaks, and I cooked them in a way that I'd never done before, and I did all this shit. And when it was all said and done, he told me just like them. I was like, I did not. They were there, and he didn't like that. And that's it. It's like, I don't claim the power. I'm just a channel to the bullshit. So anyways, let's talk about Radriel and what I'm talking about, which is channeling. 13, I think it is. Hi. Raphael. Let's see. Creativity. Radriel. We are in a specific ray. For those that don't know, we're in the orange ray, which is your sacral chakra, your pelvic area, your sacrum. We're talking about creativity, passion, intimacy, sexuality, sensuality, happiness, motivation, pleasure, fertility, adaptability, generosity. Carnelian, which is right here. Oops, I put some other shit out. Been pulling those out. No, that's not a carnelian. Sorry, those are in my other things. That's a tiger eye. Where is my? Yeah, it's in my other thing. We need to start getting into that. I already know that. Orange calcite, amber, fire, Mexican fire opal, and a sunstone. I have a huge one that I keep at the altar. Wild orange. There's your sigils. Hey, Wolfman, we need to talk. You know sigils. We need to talk. We need to talk anyways. There's so much to talk about. Can you talk as much as I do? You're the one that stumbles on their words. You get tongue-tied. I'll show you how to untie it. All right, let's do this. I love it. All right, creativity. Shown here resembling famous English writer Oscar Wilde. Gentle Radriel is an archangel associated with poetry and the art, known as the angelic muse. And of course, I was telling you about my music writing skills and all that during this story, and both of them are talking about creativity. He is a wonderful being who can help you with any creative project you are working on. And that's so funny. I was thinking about Russ this morning. I was like, what the fuck are you going to blow out your butthole for a 6th album? Like, how is this going to be any better or inspiring? This is not going to get you a Grammy because you haven't done the healing. If you would just come over here and inspire the shit out of you while you're crying. Why are these men so scared to face their feelings? I'm not scared of them. I've already had to. Your feelings suck. Put them all on me last year and the year before that. Maybe they were mine. I'm projecting. We could deal with yours too. Nothing can be worse than your own feelings, right? Alright, anyways, here we go. He will stir up your passions and help you remember all the things you get that get your inner fires and inspiration constantly burning. Radriel, it will show you how to sow your artistic seeds so you can give birth to fresh new ideas and let your true gifts and talents come alive. Oh gosh, I want to slap you. One of the 8 great judgment angels. Judgment. Who's pulling the judgment card? I know you are, Wolfman. I watched your videos. Why am I watching them? I'm not really listening to you. I'm just watching you. I'm reading your aura. I'm watching you. Then he came in and I heard him last night. I was like, what do you want? I'm such a fucking... such a Lilith. I'm all in the tree playing with you, and then you come looking for me like, what do you want? So unapproachable, unless I'm chasing you and you're running for your life. What a funny vision. I love this. My fucking life. Alright, so you can give birth to fresh ideas and let your true gifts and talent come alive. One of the great judgments, yeah. Rad Uriel is one of the few angelical beings who rank higher even than mighty Metatron. Ooh, it's that kind of... He is the angelical scribe of recording angel and the leader of the heavenly choirs. No, that's why we're cool. I mean, I know some people. That's where my music comes from. I'm from the choirs. Whenever he speaks or sings, a new angel is born. Hey, hallelujah. Rad Uriel knows that stepping into our full power can take us out of our comfort zone, and it may feel easier to hold ourselves back. That's what happened with Lewis. Everybody wants to know, why did you get so upset with Lewis? Bro, Lewis is a songwriter and a singer. Lewis is a singer and a songwriter, and when he sings, and this is a new angel is born when his voice comes to life, but he's too scared to share his voice. I'm black and I'm proud, Lewis. Say it with me. I'm black and I'm proud. Damn it, Lewis. Louis. I love you so much. Anyways, so Lewis is supposed to be, you know what I mean? Damn. Lewis is supposed to be, you know what I mean, the highest in the choirs and shit, and he's supposed to step out of his field of bullshit, you know what I mean, and start being beautiful and creative and all of that, you know. Let me love you down. He's got this all, you know, sexy thing going on, and we don't have that love vibe no more, bro. We don't have it. He's a whole frequency of love. So he's supposed to come out here as that guy, as, you know, the guy to sing these songs, right? And instead he's playing fucking backup to this bitch. I was so mad. Like, bitch, what? You're supposed to be singing. Did she pay you? You did it for free? You sold out? You sell out? I was so upset. There's another one in there called The Death of Slim Shady. That's when I got upset with his ass. The ego death of Slim Shady. Anyways, going back to it. He's supposed to be a singer and a songwriter, and that's what he was destined to do. He plays all kinds of instruments and everything, and he feels it, and he sings soft and sweet, like Allie, but not about, like, heartbroken bullshit, because he himself is an energy of thriving and surviving and always looking positive. He's a positive energy. He's a loving light energy. Loving light, motherfucker! That's why we kind of Clash of the Titans and all. But anyways, that's what happened with him. So he will raise your vibration to the angelical frequency with his sweet, pure music, beauty, strength, and creativity to shine. Call upon this angel if you are suffering from writer's block, or if you have an idea but don't know how to get it off the ground. He will help you take your dreams from thought into form. Rad Uriel, whatever, reminds us that if you can dream it, you can do it. Hey, dude. They always say that. Message: you are a creator. Don't allow doubts to hold you back. You are gifted and an inspiration, and you can do it. All you have to do is start. Begin your creation today. Well, that's awesome, because if you start by today, you'll make it a pattern by New Year's. 3 days makes it a pattern. Hey, you know what I've been seeing on YouTube? There's this fucking ad that says the second Friday of January is called Quitter's Friday because everybody quits by then. It's like, let's not quit. I was like, oh, we'll quit now. All right, so make sure to buy these so you can do the meditation with him. The first one is how to meet him. The second one is the song of surrender. Have a piece of paper and pen handy. Close your eyes and ask Adriel to be with you and to help you ignite your creative abilities. Feel his loving energy surround you and imagine that he is singing over you in the highest, most purest musical tones. And that's where it comes from. It's like, that's where musicians get it from. They're just sitting there and an idea, a fart in the wind. They heard something catchy. And that's what it was. They used to study all of my works. And that's how they all made albums and t-shirts and fucking logos and, you know what I mean, branded themselves. Who did that? Russ. Who fucking did it? All of them, really. Mike, he made 2 albums. He made 35 tracks off of the bullshit. He made a whole new fucking industry off of the fucking healing bullshit, the ups and the downs. You know what I mean? You had Ali making weird songs about, you know what I mean, soulmates and, you know, talking to God and shit. You had fucking, you know what I mean? Logic went some very interesting directions in his music, I must say. And then he started doing healing channels, healing podcasts and stuff like that. They got into it, but just like everything they do, they gave up. The fucking quitters. Fucking Kobe gonna get on that ass. You know what I mean? So they use me as inspiration and ideas because I'm full of it. You know, because I'm part of I am the creative divine. And that's what I told him 2 days ago. I was like, who's going to write your fucking songs this year, motherfuckers? I'm not giving you shit. Gimme ain't got shit, bro. You got to come up with your own shit. What I gave you last year, you didn't use for the right things. You use it for songs and t-shirts and fucking, like Russ. That drives me crazy. But, I mean, at the same time, he listens to every and he tries to apply it, but he does it only for his self-gain and for reward and for, you know, accolades. So I made a big deal about them, you know, stop fucking selling out to labels, you know what I mean, to brands, to fashions. Why don't you take a t-shirt and make it your fashion, put your fucking name on it. Now you're a fashion, is what I told them. I told all of them. So what did Russ do? He made a whole fucking clothing line to go with his album, his self-healing album, his journey to self-healing. And he did all of these things that I told him. Every fucking idea I ever said, you know what you guys could do? You know what would be a great idea? You know what would be? He took every fucking idea and tried to coin it. And he ended up just spending a lot of coins. And it was dumb. Where did Marshall come up with abracadabra? I'm about to reach in my bag, bro. And then what was another song? Lucifer. All of his songs were facing his shadows. It was all about a healing journey as well. Right? What was Ultra 85 about? I don't know. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, honestly, you know, Royce stepped back from the creativity and he started to do some more humanitarian type work. You know what I mean? Trying to invest in other people and stuff and trying to really just invest in himself. He just really started healing in that sense. A lot of them are just trying to live in the liminal, trying to use both, you know, use this world to make their world better, which is, you know, whatever. But it's not. When you really tap into your creativity and you're using it just to better people's lives, that's when you're full of abundance because you have so much to give. I have this to give. I just want to give. I'm seeing Kanye, you know what I mean? Kanye was filled with inspiration to give people a new song, a new dance, a new vibe, a new thing, and he wanted to share it with people, but they didn't want that side of him. We did. We just didn't know because you were being exclusive to people that didn't want it. You didn't know who wanted it. You only wanted to give it to the people that didn't want it. And that's what happened with Russ when he made that In the Dirt. I'm not going to let the devil get me. It changed everything. Look at it. He became, you know what I mean, positivity and stuff. Then he turned around and went straight into the dirt and made dirty songs about, you know, his girl swallowing his babies and shit, listening to me talk dirty. Talk dirty to me. I'm always talking dirty to that dick. Anyways, not everything, and that's what I said too, you know, calling... calling his wife Hamburger Helper. I felt like that was the most creative thing ever, but it was just hurtful. And that's where I'm like, Marshall, we gotta stop with our words. This is not fucking nice. And so I was like, your words hurt? Let me show you my words. My words hurt. They hurt. And then it's a reflection. It's like, damn, your words hurt. My words hurt. We are hurting people. We are hurt people. Hurt people, hurt people. And then he goes and you see him do that inner child where he's like, you know, facing Slim Shitty and stuff. I inspire you to be better. But you're doing too much. God, they're trying to beat me again. Stop. Beat me up, Scotty. They're being weird again. They're doppelganging. They're stealing. Oh, God. Help me, Jesus. But anyways, going back to it. Yeah. Becoming the angel. Invoke Archangel Rad Uriel and ask him to help you create. It's whether you have an idea in mind or not. The key is to creating anything is to begin. Pick up a pen, paintbrush, guitar, voice recorder, or whatever your tool of choice and simply start. When I started doing this, I had no idea what I was doing. They had me started on my Instagram, and I'm right in the middle of starting a fucking music career, dude. And I start making really intense mental health videos, right? That turn into shadow work, that turn into mysticism, that turn into what you see today. And I'm doing these on live videos with hundreds of people that are trying to follow my music. I don't know what I'm doing at this time, but I'm really making a documentary. I'm making a testimony. It's a tell-all. I don't know what I'm doing. They're like, I'm just being guided to go live and tell and talk. I don't know what's going to come out, guys. And that's it. I never know. We're just going to pull some shit out and see what comes out. And that's creativity. You're like, how did you know? I didn't. I just flow. Now feel me flow now. Here we go. Going back to it. Pull out your whatever. Just start. The point of this exercise is to take the pressure of yourself off yourself. Let go of an outcome and simply do. The act of creation is beautiful, and sometimes we focus so much on the result that we forget to enjoy the journey or the process of the creative act. And that's it. They're trying to force a song. It's an album. They're trying to force a message. You know what I mean? They're forcefully trying to make something. That's Russ, I love you, man. I should have just slapped myself on that one. I love you, man. You just need some creative inspiration. You just need to work with some people, bro. You never allowed yourself to work with nobody, and therefore your works, you do, but you're a cocky asshole in the sense of you try to work with, divine feminines only to achieve more. You don't have this, you have a low self-esteem that doesn't put you in the same vibrations as you need a lot of coaching. I'm all right with that. I could coach your ass. But in the sense of what we're talking about right here is, and I'm seeing Kanye, like they're forcing their fuck creativity to create, abundance without it just being creative. And that's what's fun about Logic's. I was seeing that funny video. He did this weird song, I'm not sure. And he was in the woods with a fucking mustache and he was singing about his feelings. I think it was about his girl. I'm not sure. But this is rapper Logic. And all of a sudden he's rolling around in the woods singing about his feelings. And it was, this is probably not going to sell any money, but I want to do this. And that's those funny videos he does. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, he knows, like, I don't know, I'm going to do this and we'll just hope for the best. And, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well. You guys are overthinking. And that's Russ and that's Ali. Ali has been saying it every month, at least once a month for at least 3 months. If asking his following over and over and over to release every week, bi-weekly, or an album. You know what I mean? Doing Russ, he doesn't know what to do. So then Russ starts this platform of choose which you like best. Meaning he doesn't want to let you have anything you don't like. You know what I mean? He didn't do it for that intention. He only wants to give the people what they like. He only wants you to have, you know what I mean? He's not creating. And that's where you go back to the songs he did create. Just out of a vibe, which was Give Me Love. You know what I mean? We were in a vibe, and he wrote a song that was unbelievable. And within 24 hours, everybody knew the song of it, and he was performing it in African. It was the most beautiful thing. And then after that, when he's trying to express his feelings, he did a cover for another band, and then he did Fire. And then he started to tap into other forms of creativity, but because it wasn't what people wanted, he stopped doing it because it wasn't, you know what I mean? Even though it felt good and comfortable and exciting and fresh and new, it wasn't giving him, you know what I mean, gain. And that's what goes back to Kanye. It's like they started these new beautiful projects, but because it wasn't paying their pockets and they wasn't giving them accolades and they're holding them, giving them more, it was giving them less, they stopped. But it's like, yeah, you're going to lose a lot, but you're going to gain a lot more in the sense of doing what feels good. Rather than trying to force a rap out, trying to force that last one you did, Russ, that was just forced out words, bro. I know they say that about Marshall a lot, but at least his words have a cadence to him and he works hard in the fucking delivery. Yours are just words, just trying to match names and places with, you know what I mean, with nothing. It was very intensely difficult to listen to. As me as an amateur singer and songwriter, it must be difficult for you to hear, but truthfully, it was awful. It was painful to the ears. All it says is make a mess and have fun creating. And that was really too, Ali was doing that. He was making live music with people, you know what I mean? And those were some of his better songs. People were part of his creativity. Logic was making beats with people. He was being part of the, you know, the creative process and stuff, seeing how it works. People don't want you to see what, you know, the messiness of how it takes us to make a song. But that's what's really fun. So then when Marshall came out and showed the messiness of him making his video, God, that was the most vulnerable part of him, and we all fell in love with him because we saw a side of him, you know what I mean? Which is like, we didn't know that you're not always this guy. No, there's many parts to me, and that's what he's been showing is his parts. I want to see that part. Can I talk about your penis? It's a t-shirt he wore. Anyways, make a mess and have fun creating. So, yeah, maybe do that. And that's what I said to Paris Hilton. But you're supposed to be making gingerbread houses or trying to do something. What the fuck are you doing right now? So, yeah, try to let some creativity flow. And that's where mine is, you know, my channel is, that's where it's like people can't compete because it's like she's really a healer. She's just healing herself and others. That's it, bro. I am what the fuck I say I am. But I am an oracle because obviously I do that too. And they're like, they realize real quick, all they are is a tarot reader. And everybody can read tarot because I'm teaching them. And that really pisses them off. Okay, both of these are too intense. How far are we in this video? Fuck no. We're done. I'm sorry. It's 1:27. I have more work to do. I really do. I forgot what day of the week it is. I got to do a bunch of work and stuff. What did I give you? Creativity? Oh, and the Palladians, karma? Yeah, okay, maybe we should stop. You can't leave them there. All right, let's pull it. Callie will close this all up. Callie will close this up. Going back to Callie. I guess so. Oh, shit. We're going in order. It's the Kali Yantra. This is prayers. Prayers, people. Prayers. 12. I went to 14. Ooh, that's a bad Mama Gemma. She's a bad Mama Gemma. Just as foxy she can be. Alright, let's see. 13? No, 12. Ooh, she's looking pretty harsh too. Damn, the fucking... Hey! The clouds and shit came out. Alright, come on. Alright, page 85. She use your inner power to invoke a positive shift in your circumstances. If anything requires for success being lacking, the Divine Mother shall provide it, bridging the divine between you and the manifestations of your intentions. You are crossing a critical spiritual threshold. She is the true guardian and guide. Stay focused on what matters to your heart. Okay, stop right here. We're talking about Kali, right? Kali from Hindu. All right, so yesterday I read to you guys about Kalik, and I said the goddess, she is known as the goddess Kali. So we're still in the same energy, but you can know it by different layers of time and space, meaning by different cultures. We're still talking about Kali, which is Baba Yaga. I mean, what are you talking about? Which is Lilith. We're all talking about the same thing. You can put any name on it, and that's how we bring the one religion. These are goddesses from all different religions brought together as one. They are the one. I am the one. No, he's the one. Anyways, I'm the goddess though. Here we go. Anyways, you are crossing critical, blah, blah, blah. Stay focused on what matters to your heart, and you shall remain faithfully connected to her protective presence within. Allow distractions to fall away and continue to commit to your soul's journey. A more beautiful experience of your life path awaits you. And that's it. Are you ready to take a journey? A soul's journey. You know what I mean? Not a vacation. We're not going on vacations. It's not a Christmas vacation, Russ. We're ready to take a journey. You have the marathon. You want to do it? Have you watched enough? Are you ready to get off the bench? I have a bunch of bench warmers. A yantra is a sacred geometric representation of a particular reality of specific divine being. Here it is a symbolic and actual anchor of Kali. In gazing at the yantra, allow your mind to settle and focus upon it, and the soul can turn the subtle inner key that opens the gateway to merging with the divine. It is a visual trigger that opens... Oh, there you go. You stare at that. That a visual trigger. That lady's eyes triggered me in the last card. I don't know what you saw, but she was looking into my soul, bro. That card was telling me a story. It is a visual trigger that opens the inner doors of higher perception and mystical reconnection to our divine nature. Contemplating a yantra is a method of mystical meditation, and the meditation that brings the heart into unity with higher consciousness of Kali within. Okay, so they're showing me that this is yes, they focus. It's just scrying is what we call it in basic witchhood. Just focus on an adamant object until you slip into a trance state. As we activate the yantra within our beings, I can do it anytime, bro. I could look you dead in the face and I drive down the street all the time. All the time, dude. I have full, you know what I mean? I can fully autopilot this body and be so many other places. Like, the fuck? What were you staring at? What was I staring at? I was somewhere totally different. What are we talking about? What'd you say? What happened? Did I miss something? As we activate the yantra within our beings and connect within the divine energy it offers, the enlightened body of the deity constellates itself through us. The clearer we are within ourselves and the more connected we become with the deity. That's it. He said he did ritual magic with, with Isis and stuff, meaning he focus, did all of the incantations. I mean, I get it. I just don't have to do it because I'm her. I do it for others. You know what I mean? I do the offerings, the burns, the this and that, and I do all this, but I don't do it in such a ritualistic way where it's like, birthing, where we're putting all this time and energy into it. They tell me like an hour or two before we got to do it. It's like, you're going to be late to the ball. Hurry up and pack your shit. I need you to go to the top of the mountain and burn some shit. Are you serious? Because I got to be home for the kids in 30 minutes. Yeah, hurry up. We'll be fine. Like, seriously, they do shit like that to me. It's not like it's like, oh, fuck, it's the new moon. Oh, it's the full moon. Oh, God. There's a planet moving. Oh, the convergence is coming. You know what I mean? Like, well, I'm aligned. Are you aligned? Are your chakras for the 25th? I'm ready to line up. That means all those planets are going to send fucking complete straight line of energy to any antennas that are fully operational down here. I'll get it. That sucks. Who knows what's going to happen to my poor body? And that's it. They're just sending. Imagine touching electricity all the time. Like fucking Benjamin Franklin. I make so many jokes. That's my son reincarnated. It's like, what the fuck? That's literally what they're doing. Catching energy is electrical waves, bro. They're frequencies. They're electromagnetic waves. The planets all have their own frequencies that run around us, sending it to us. Now they're all going to line up and send one lightning bolt straight to us. Are you ready to catch that healing? That shit's going to fuck up our bodies. Literally. That much energy, and that's what I mean, light. What is that? I was trying to explain that, from movies. When you laugh so hard, so fucking hard that it hurts. Have you ever laughed that hard? I laugh that hard all the fucking time. It hurts, bro. My face hurts. I can't hold myself up. I'm literally on the floor. I can't stop. There's the weirdest noises keep coming out, and everybody's laughing at me, and I can't get up. That's light. Right? And then when you try to, you're like trying to wipe your eyes, you've lost your makeup, your face hurts, your ribs hurt from being bent over, whichever way you fell. You're a little bit embarrassed. Every time you look at someone else, somebody's going to make you start again, and you can't stop. I'm talking about holding in the light. Oh, God. So imagine on January 25th, they're going to send planetary light at all of us that are open to it. This is a scary time to be a light worker. Open up your chakras and catch this healing. Because I'm telling you, it's going to hurt your body. I mean, what is it? It's just going to be light. You might fucking bust an orgasm. I don't know. That's not how light feels to me. I'm like, oh, it's killing me. I feel really good in the dark and dingy. Like, die, motherfucker, die. That light shit is killer. It's all blinding. Alright, anyways, going forth. The Kali Yantra in particular is a signifier of a downward flow of grace. Yeah, it's coming down. And that doesn't look like rain. Just kidding. It isn't. I'm just having too much fun. It is orientated to the material world and all matters related. It is a cosmic trip switch for spiritual energy to be attracted towards Earth. It unveils the divine luminosity beneath appearances that, and when needed, heals and transforms material reality to realign with divine. All I'm seeing is this convergence with higher divine will. Does somebody see that, hear that? Does that make sense? It's a doorway. The yantra of Kali is alchemical and reconstructive. The healing that can emerge through this is unrestricted because she is spacious, vastness, and primordial being. She is the birth of all phenomenon, which permeates all phenomenon. And that's me. It's like anything can come out of me because everything is inside of me. And that's where it's like I'm afraid of what you'll say. Well, yeah, I birth all life, but know that it comes from the light and can transform it in according to her divine will. And that's it. I can speak a new reality over this. You can tell me that this is this, but I'm going to tell you what it really is with love and compassion. Here's a good one. I'm about to hit you with my best shot. I picked up some people yesterday from the airport that came into town for New Year's. They're here to celebrate. They're going to the convention center, which will host like hundreds of thousands of people at this huge rave called Decadence. It comes every year. There's people between, I don't know, we'll say 13 up until they're like 50s that are all decked out and doing all kinds of massive drugs. And they get all naked and they go out and they dance to, the craziest kind of EDM, techno, Martian music is what someone called it. Anyway, so they come out and they're like, yeah. I was like, oh, there's a party fest. They're like, I know, but we couldn't bring anything. But we did bring a test kit. I was like, that's smart. So it happens a lot. People go to to get fucked up, dude. They're going to do mushrooms. They're going to do acid. They're going to do cocaine. They're going to fuck everybody. They're going to do this. This is what it is. This is what it's about, bro. This is what it's about, bro. We're going for the herpes. Seriously, you don't want to leave with them, but you're going for it all the way. You want all of it, right? But anyway, so that's what they're coming for. They're coming to blow their minds on fucking New Year's. Hundreds of thousands of people will come down here and do that shit. And the truth is that's their reality. They're coming to do drugs and have a fucking great time. And they don't have the drugs, so they have a test kit. And, I look at them and I'm like, I might know somebody. Meaning, I'd rather tell you somebody I know than have you lose your life out there. Like, instead of me looking at you as just a fucking drug addict and a fucking, you know what I mean? I can look at you as every other fucking New Year's, EDMer across the world. They're all gonna pop a fucking pill and dance the night away, bro. These ones were smart and hope that they're not going to get some bad pills, and they have a test kit. For those who don't know, they're pretty common. It's a test kit, so you can test your drugs to make sure you're not going to die. They've put fentanyl in everything, and people are dying. So now that to stop the dying, they make them prepared. They can't stop the drug use. They just make them prepared. And I told them, I was like, there'll be one at the convention center. And there are. In most of Colorado's venues, they have a testing center inside. They're fully aware. It's not that we condone it. We just don't want you to die. We know you're going to get high, but we don't want... Because once I got high at your age, we were around people at your age that did get high. We've been around people ever. It's not you getting high. It's how it's hurting you that bothers us, and how you hurt other people. And that's what goes down to your alcohol and your weed and whatever you're consuming. I ain't here to judge you, but if it's hurting you and it's hurting others, then maybe we need to look at some other options. But in the sense of, it transforms all in according to her divine will. Meaning at that moment, I play God. We all play God in these scenarios with people as they tell us to judge them accordingly, or we can play a good God or a bad God and say, you know what I mean? We can fill them with fear and say, dude, don't buy no drugs here or what's wrong with you, or you shouldn't be doing drugs, or, somebody tell them some fucked up story about someone dying off drugs and all of this shit. Or we can just accept them the way that they are and try to guide them, try to help them through wherever God's taking them. God let them buy a ticket to do this. God knows they're about to get all lit on drugs. He gave them the money to do it. He knows they're going to do it. Their ancestors are with them. Their dead people are with them while they're going to get high on drugs and do this party. While they're being protected by theirs, why can't we protect them too? Those aren't my children. And to be honest, the guy might have been older than me. But in the sense of, you know, be safe, because that could have been me. You know what I mean? Back then, we didn't have those fears. You went into the girls' bathroom. There's a saying here in Colorado. It always snows in Colorado. You go into the bathroom, and there's always a line on the back of the toilet seat. It's, go ahead. You want some? Who wants some? Girls are very friendly. We're very friendly, right? We're just, you know, we're abundant. So, you know, back then, that being sharing, being caring. Now, you know, the newer generation can't do that. They know not to do such things. They know it's dangerous. And that's it, is like, you know, we've got to protect people in their destruction. Because who are we to say that they're in their destruction? You know, are they in a devil energy? Is everybody across the world that's going to celebrate New Year's Eve by getting drunk and high and having sex and committing sin, what you say is sin? Are these all people that are forgotten by God, and he doesn't care about them, and he's not protecting them, and he's not with them while they do such things? When someone comes and offers them something they've never done before on New Year's Eve, you know what I mean? Are they not protected by God? Is this evil? Or have they left their religion? That's what I mean, is we have the power to change reality. We have the power to change reality, and that's going back to, like, you know, fucking people that see Halloween as, you know what I mean, an evil holiday, that see the devil as something real, that see these things as bad things. That's what I do as a transmuter. They tell me a story, and I tell them how the light is in there, meaning they show me their devils, they tell me their woes, they tell me their pains and their darknesses, and I God was in that, and why he did it, and what he's trying to show them, and what this could mean. I dark stories, and I give you my God, which is nothing more than my perception. I can see it, how God is moving in your life. Let me show you the light in all of your darkness. It's hard. And going back to it, stop saying you're a chosen one, a light worker, a starseed, an earth angel, any of that. You're a fucking tarot reader. And saying you're a twin flame, even worse, if you can't exhibit the same kind of, if you don't have a testimony to unconditional love. So, anyways, going back to it, she is the birth of all phenomenon. In a reading, this indicates a transformation of a physical concern, so it aligns with the spiritual will of the universe. The downward-facing triangle formation in the center of the yantra symbolizes the regenerative power of the divine feminine. You only have to look at how our Earth Mother recovers after fire, flood, and famine to recognize, and that's many cards, they said this. We started with that in the Palladian book. They're coming. Guys, I don't mean to scare you. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to empower you, but these are the end times. The Antichrist takes spot this month. I know his position. I do not fear him. I made a video about it a long time ago during the summer when they told me this was happening. Way before Kamala, all of this, we knew he was coming. What is an Antichrist? He just means he's not Christ-like. There's nothing going to come out of his head or nothing except for the shit that comes out of that man's mouth. It is our time to have our dictator, and this will initiate the Third World War. Along with that, the convergence happens. That much planetary energy is going to set off our planet, which will start what they called the plagues, the end time plagues. We've already been going through them. I don't know why you haven't noticed it. They happen every year. The California fires, the hurricane season, the tornado season, the droughts, the this. Every year, though, they push it harder. They push the harder and harder and harder. This one is really going to push it off. And it's going to start it. Where it's going to start the end, the beginning of the end. Do not fear. You're loved, dude. God loves you, bro. And everyone before you that came before you is guiding you. But we got to get you on their guidance and not, your fucking understanding of what's going on in this reality. Because this reality is crushing. It's set to destroy. It's in the books. That's why I don't read the Bible. And all the other ones, it's in all the books. all the books. Okay, recovers after fire, flood, famine to recognize the wisdom and power of divine feminine to renew and restore, even after tremendous destruction. The color red, and that's what he spoke about in his video, and I said that too. The color red is the blood red of the life force. That's exactly what Wolfman said in his. He said something bloody hell, and then he said, the color red is the life force and blah blah blah. I think it was a Sagittarius video. Kali's preferred fuel for destruction and rebirth. Gray represents the liminal realms, neither the black of night nor the brightest of the day, but the place between. Many cultures, and gray was pulled with yesterday with our Kalik. Many cultures recognize this as the medial realm, a place where magic is most potent. Although Kali is associated with the waning moon cycles, the darkest night, she is also a medial goddess and a soul doula, a birth and death mother, safely guiding us through the transition and thresholds of our inner and outer lives. In a reading, this indicates that there is power in feeling as though you no longer belong in the past, nor are you anchored fully in a new way. And that's it. My past is destroyed, and I've destroyed my past, and I can't see what's ahead of me. All I can see is this week, and you're not supposed to look any further, which is exactly the way. It's hard to stay in just one day. But again, all they gave me was, you're going to work this week, and you're going to get the money together for your trailer. That's all I can see is this week, is working for that trailer. That's all I see. What comes after, they'll show me within the week. I'm focused on what I have to stay focused on. Kali will manifest in her will in the space, and you know what they did? They put me in a hotel right next to downtown, where my kids will be right there, where if I need to rest, I can. If I need to smoke, if I need a break, you know what I mean? They made it perfect for me, where I can drive these 24 hours for New Year's, dude, and then lift through this thing. If I do 40 rides, they'll give me an extra 180. What? God lined up everything for me to do this, and that's it. It's like, did you create this magic? No, I saw a vision and I believed it, and I put everything into it, and I'm walking into it, and he opened the doors. Otherwise, I'd be walking into a shelter, putting my dog into housing, and you know what I mean? Who knows what? No, I believed in God's vision instead of what the material world was offering me, and so it shall it be, and it's created like that. And, that's perfect, dude. Are you serious? People are paying fucking $400 a night for a hotel in downtown Denver. I'm right outside of it, like literally on the other side. And I'm ready to drive, bro. This is perfect. I can't even. That's the perfection of working in the divine flow. What am I trying to get out of it? Just enough for a trailer, bro. I can't solve all my problems in one night. But he gave me an answer to solve most of my problems in one night. If I should believe it. Can you sacrifice and make this your future? Yeah, I can. Then you have one night to make this your future. Make it a good night. Okay. Now what can I do? Rest. All I can do is be alert and awake. That's the hardest thing about driving at night, is being alive, staying alive. Luckily, it's one of those nights where I can turn up the music real loud and, you know what I mean, be energetic. But normally, no, I do airport rides where I turn off the music and I turn off the heat and I drive real quietly to get them to a bed. It's hard to stay awake in that kind of energy. So, yeah. And where do I go from there? I don't know. There's going to be a lot of work to be done when I get this thing. When I get it, and then I'm gonna get a place, dude. I'm gonna get it set up. You watch. We're getting it. You should be getting it. All right, too short. All right. Gray represents the interliminal realms. Mother. The subtle changes in energy unlocked. Yeah, that's it. Where were we? We were in the between. In a reading, it indicates that there's a powerful feeling that you no longer belong in the past, nor anchored fully in a new way. Kali will manifest her will in the spaces of unknowing, mounding and guiding you from within, so your path will be fulfilled to your heart. The subtle channels. I told my kids something funny, and then she told my son it way worse. I asked this dude if he could help me out with some gas money. He's like, "Do you want to come up to my hotel room?" I was like, "No, I'm a priestess. I really just needed some gas money." And he felt bad and gave me some gas money. And so when I came back, I was like, "I think I got propositioned for prostitution, or I got solicited for prostitution." And then so my son walks up with the dog. He's like, "Somebody tried to have sex with mom." I was like, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. But that's pretty much what happened, right? Super funny, right? How did that happen? I don't know. He smelled like liquor, and just, I guess that I was too friendly when I asked for gas. I don't know. Maybe that's a code word. Maybe I should be more careful in these streets. I had to tell you that. I don't know. It was funny. It happened this morning. I was like, no thank you. That's never happened before. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not that girl. Weird. Anyways, the subtle channels of energy unlocked through intentional engagement with yantras are further empowered through your placement of the hands in particular postures called mudra. And that's what my kids say. I do a bunch of shit with my hands. A bunch of them. A bunch of hand movements while I'm dancing, or while I'm listening to music and driving. I'm moving the energy all across Denver and all across the world, to be honest. All kinds of different places. I can just see it, and I'm just playing with it. You gotta see it to believe it. I don't know what it is. I used to say I was throwing up gang signs at Buddha. That's where it started. I'd start with it when I went to Buddha. I'd start with certain ones, and then it just became so many, and I'm just throwing up gang signs all the time, I guess. I don't know. It's a spiritual gang. All right. The energy channels of the body are more readily permeated with Kali's essence of fearlessness and strength through assuming this posture. Okay, what's the posture? The Kali mantra is created by interlocking your fingers and placing your left thumb over your right. You see that? That's the mantra. Okay. The strong, direct nature of the mudra with the left thumb on top generates clarity of action for feminine wisdom and receptivity, rather than masculine logic. Oh, they have this video of, oh yeah. I sent it to, who did I send it to? Royce. They have a video of, LeBron James doing all these hand mantras that they believe are, devil worshipping before a game. And will direct, masculine logic and will to direct. Let your instincts rather than your logic lead you forward at this time. Interconnecting with yantras amplifies the mudra. We are powerfully invoking Kali. Okay, they're showing me, wow, they're showing me her. Beyonce, right? She's all Illuminati'd out and shit, for you guys that don't know. And she does all of that prayers and incantations to deities and shit to invoke the power into her, into her performance. Truthfully, it is nothing more than her belief, bro. She believes this shit is coming over her. And we're just sitting here watching her. The moment we shatter her belief, she loses all power. She's in a trance, just like Britney Spears, bro. She believes this shit is in her, and she believes her own thoughts. That's all I can say. Just like fucking Russ. He believes his own thoughts. You guys believe your own thoughts. In the sense of, does she have any power over you? She thinks she does. As she's pointing at you and she's doing all these weird things. She believes that, for the same reason Doppelganger believes that she's inhabiting any kind of divine feminine energy. She's a whole total fucking dude. You're coming off as a dude. You wear dudes' clothes. You sell dudes' clothes. You're a man energy. Trying to dress up as a pretty girl. Trying to be a girl. You wrote a song being a girl. You're not. She's trying so hard to be something they're not. That's exactly what Russ is always doing. Trying to say he's something he's not. They're just projections. Listen to their words. On the human level, that empowers us to use physical, emotional, and psychological obstacles and pain to broker our transformation. Again, on a human level, that empowers us to use physical, emotional, and psychological obstacles and pain to broker our transformation. There's absolutely no transformation happening in your life unless you have a testimony to overcoming emotional, psychological, and physical pains. As you become increasingly attuned to the feeling and sensation of Kali's presence, you will be able to sense her power coursing through your subtle body as you assume the mudra and view the yantra with the cautious intention to connect with her. And that's it. People go to synagogues with an intention to connect with their God. They have a visual in their head. And that's where I was like, who do you pray to? I pray to Lucifer. What do you see? And they showed me. They picture a goat's head on a man's body. I was like, I guess, if that's what you're using your imagination for. He doesn't look like that, but okay, why would you think God made him like that? The only thing similar to that is the seraphim, but the seraphim doesn't have 3 heads. It's a fucking mirror. It's a crystal. right? So that's how you see the seraphim. You see the seraphim with the 3 heads, but it depends on which way you're looking. It's just a crystal. It's one head with 3 versions, and that's me as you know what I mean, as Hecate, as the triple moon goddess, the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Some of you see me as, you know, as a maiden, as a young little innocent girl that's having a hard time. Some of you see me as a very mothering person, as the Queen of Cups. Some of you see me as the crone, you know what I mean, as this old withered fucking, you know what I mean, retired lady and shit. It's just how you choose to see the light that comes out of me, but it's all the same light. I am all of that, right? I just wanted to say that. I don't know where that came from. What were we talking about? Oh, you know, invoking and stuff like that. You know what I mean? When you're invoking an energy, you're understanding, I'm calling upon Jesus. Jesus, I call him all the time. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I'm calling him into my spirit. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. Meaning, calm me down. Give me this. Give me that. That's who I'm calling. All day I'm calling Jesus, bro. You're calling whoever you want to call. You know, sometimes I'm calling Pop. Sometimes I call them into my energy. That's all this means, okay? On a human level, blah, 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 intentions to connect with her. And why would you connect with the dark goddess? Because she knows your dark feelings. That's why you are here. That's why I'm here. Why do you want to know Lilith? Because Lilith knows how you feel. And she knows how to get you through those feelings. That's why I'm here. And there's many parts of me. If you don't want to know me in the person and in the flesh, because I'm a little too scary, then go meet me in some of my other versions that are not so scary, but just know that that's me and we're here for you. There was a female version of God that was here to care for you and your hard feelings while he's putting you through these trials and tribulations. I'm here to teach you that, yeah, that's our Father, and we must obey him. And I understand that his rule is hard, but we can do this. That's it. I'm just here to care for you as he cares for us. You know what I mean? He's the father and I'm his daughter. You know, just that's how it works. You would say it's God and goddess, but that would say that I'm equal to him in the sense of I am, in the sense of we're connected, but I don't put that much responsibility of his children upon myself. I'm here just to nurture them through his world. If you have been feeling weak or vulnerable, remember you are a powerful divine being. And that's why, you know what I mean, as Persephone, I need you to love these ones too. Ugh, that's a fucking, you let me get kidnapped just so I could be down here? They need love too. You know what I mean? You created me to be a monster? Yes, because they needed to fear you, to know the love. That's why he created us, to be such things. You do not need to act from fear. Instead, trust the inner guidance of the heart as to how and when to act. Finally, this oracle is a notice of supreme protection. If you suspect that you've been the subject of negative energy work or projections from others, you are being blocked or sabotaged, intentionally or otherwise, the oracle of Kaliana is the medicine of clearing and protection that shall nullify the effect. Just you focusing on this and me praying over it, and you are protected by the word. Do you understand what that means? I've put these words of protection into you, and you have put this understanding of this message and this symbol into you as a seal. You are sealed by the Kali Yantra right now. Meaning, if this was happening to you before you read this, it's no longer. Because now you know that the Kali spirit is upon you and she is protecting you. And if you feel these things, you can tell yourself, no, Kali's protecting me. It is the medicine of clearing and protection that shall nullify the effect. There is no need to dwell upon negative workings of power, nor be intimidated by worldly authority. Place your faith in the ultimate power of the divine. And that means people are judging me. They're doing, you know what I mean? People are talking shit about me. People are doing magic on me. Who cares what they're doing? Kali's got you. You just worry about you. You take care of them. You take care of you. And that's your biggest thing, is worrying about other people. Begin by propping up the oracle so you can see it easily while your hands are free to create the mudra. When you are ready, say this prayer. Ma Kali, bless, protect, and heal me with your wisdom and enlightened activity for the spiritual benefit of all beings. All right, repeat this mantra 8 times. I'm going to show it to you and we're going to end here. All right, here it is. Om, Cream, see it? Karli Kala Na Hama. All right, you're going to say that on page 88, Infinity and Beyond. You're going to say it 8 times. Focus on the image of the yantra and the mudra. Then close your eyes and allow Kali's energy and blessing to fill you. Breathe out, relax, let it pour down and expand outwards through the aspect of your being. Let her presence infuse your being as though you are pure, clean water, and she is deep, black, healing, divine feminine tea seeping through your being, bringing blessings, healing, regeneration, and protection. You may feel that you are stepping into the yantra. If so, this is a multi-dimensional experience of her divine being, infusing every cell and radiating all around you. Finish with a soft chant, Kalima Sohum. You have completed your ritual invocation. And this is it. You didn't have to go to a guru to come and teach you a spiritual invocation and have a invoke a deity. That's only a priestess could do such a thing, and the high priestess, to bring a deity into your life to do a cleansing on you and to give you guidance. Again, all from God, but different layers of God in different times and space. We went over his Archangel that's bringing your creativity. We went over the Lumerians that are bringing your creativity. We went over the aliens, the Palladians, that are moving the convergence of karmic patterns for your healing. Kali is here for your healing. We're here for your healing, y'all. Who's you? Every one of you that'll receive the message. That was all Jesus did, dude. If you shall receive it, you know what I mean? Whoever shall receive this message. Hey, be blessed and highly favored. I love you guys. It's Sunday Fun Day. You still have a couple days. If you haven't done your shadow work, you can still do it. There's always time to cut some cords and walk in the light. Tomorrow's Monday. That's Moon Day. We'll be in our feelings. We'll be in our intuition. We'll be in the moon. We'll be in our, we'll be caught up in what usually is a reflection of this last week. If you did any of the hard work, you'll be sitting there thinking about the hard week you had and just kind of reflecting like, damn, that was one hell of a work week. And that's really where it is, where you'll feel a lot of the pain. You're like, damn, I took some serious losses. I spent all this money. I wasted all this time. Why did I say that? It's just a review. But a lot happens. There's a lot of emotions that come during a review period. And that's where you catch a flight. You're just sitting there looking out the window of where you just left and where you might be going. Where are you going? Who knows? You won't catch that vision until Tuesday, just like me. On a Tuesday, a Mars day, God who gives us strength. He'll give us strength and visions for our next journey for the rest of this week. Just how it works. We'd be rolling them out. Hey, new people, keep up, okay? Love yous. Later. Bye.